Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, across our beloved empire. It's great to be in the empire today, and we are continuing our domination of Pokemon Unite, another mobile game which I've added to my video gaming division arsenal, among many others that I have been enjoying. And I know the game's been out for a couple months, still new on the block in terms of mobile games. I wanted to talk about something I had to figure out for myself, and I figured, hey, there might be some people out there talk about the currencies in Pokemon Unite and the best practices to make sure you're getting the most out of those currencies. In my opinion, inside of Pokemon Unite, there are 7, in my opinion, which I consider to be 3 of which are the primary source of currency. Then there's 3 secondary sources of important currency. Then there's the last 2, which I consider more to be a cosmetic type of thing in the game, which for me, I don't care much about cosmetics. I care about dominating my opponents. And my Snorlax dressed up like a giant beach ball isn't going to make me dominate even more, but it would put a smile on my face. We're going to try to blitz through as many of these as possible, as quickly as possible. We can go in depth perhaps on how to get these currencies, but I'm just going to try to keep it surface level, what they are and what to use them for. So first, we're going to talk about the 3 primary level of currencies in the game. Aeos coins, gems, and then we also got to talk about the Aeos tickets as well. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of break these down one by one to kind of help you understand what to use them for. So let's actually start off with this. Let's talk about the Aeos coins first, which I consider to be probably the most important currency inside of Pokemon Unite. Now with Aeos coins, you can get them through a variety of battles out there when you're competing. You only can get 2,100 per week. There's a variety of challenges you can collect them on. Again, we're not going to talk about per se how to gather them. You're just going to get a lot of them just by logging in, playing, doing the tutorials and whatnot. What you're going to want to do with these Aeos coins, from everything I've seen in the microtransaction aspect of this game, is it seems like the most important use out of your Aeos coins is going to be using them to collect Unite Battle Passes, which allows you to use the Pokemon in battle. And right now we got a wide variety of Unite Passes that you can use to acquire Pokemon. And of course you can use Aeos coins, or you can use gems, as we'll talk about more specifically in a second. So right now, this seems to be the most important one, especially trying to get free or the best characters. But do keep in mind, there are also plenty of free Pokemon that you can acquire. For example, Serena is the special free character for this month of December, which you can still get by the time December 31st comes around. You don't need to buy that one outright currency. You get it for free. Snorlax I got for free. And of course, there's a variety of other Unite passes you can get just by playing the game, leveling up, completing a variety of challenges that exist out there. So if you are going to pick up a Pokemon, I highly recommend, before you use your hard-earned Aeos currency or your Aeos coins, double check to make sure you can't get them anywhere else inside the game, perhaps. The other probably best use, secondary best use, I should say, out of Aeos coins is by going to the Aeos Emporium and picking up a variety of held items. Held items are one of the ways to amplify your character, either bolster their weaknesses or amplify their strengths even more. And a variety of held items are probably going to be the best way to use your Aeos coins secondarily. Pokemon collecting the Unite Pass are probably going to be the most important thing out here, but there's going to be a lot of great stuff that you can pick up here. But do keep in mind, don't use your coins on all the held items. You might have to make a held item guide. You get a lot of these held items for free just by playing as a new player, so you might not want to waste your currency on these particular things here. So let's go ahead and talk about the premium currency, which I played Marvel Strike Force, Mech Arena, Star Wars Galaxy is my bread and butter, Raid Shadow, and a lot of other mobile games out there. And I have, maybe this is the great thing for mobile games, I have not really felt a pressing need to spend physical money on this game. Now, maybe down the road, if there's new characters, I want to showcase them, we might do that. But really, the only reason to go ahead and spend your hard-earned money to pick up Aeos gems is to maybe quickly, instead of having your currency or Aeos coins, use the gems to pick up those Unite passes that we talked about a few moments ago. That's pretty much the most important thing to pull out of these Aeos gems if you're going to want to buy them. You only can get these with physical money, and for me personally, I haven't quite felt the need to get these Unite licenses for the Pokemon here. But the only other way, if you want to maybe take advantage of the gems, is by using them to get the premium pass or the battle pass right here. As you can see, 840 gems is the name of the game if you want to get the premium pass plus, 490 if you want to go ahead and get the basic version. Point being is, if you are going to do Aeos gems, if you do feel the need to spend money in this game, use it to buy Pokemon so you can use their license. Or two, go ahead and buy the Battle Pass, which has a variety of other currencies that we're going to talk about, like the Aeos Tickets, which I consider to be the third primary source of currency inside of Pokemon Unite. And as it says, you can obtain them through ranked match season awards, as well as from other events and other sources. You get a ton of free Aeos Tickets when you first come into Pokemon Unite. And all right, there's a lot of ways to use your Aeos Tickets. I'm going to share what I prefer to use them for. Let's go ahead and go back over to the stores here. And what we're going to look into is we're going to talk more about those currency in a little bit here. But for me personally, if you're going to use your Aeos Tickets, it's probably going to be for one of two things. Number one, to pick up these item enhancements, which we're going to talk about in the secondary forms of currency inside of Pokemon Unite. Held items, as we talked about, are an extremely important aspect. Yes, getting the Pokemon that you want is great. It's probably the most important thing because there's some Pokemon are better than others, but the held items are going to be even more important to make sure you're amplifying their usefulness. And converting your Aeos tickets, which is cost 10, and converting them into item enhancers is going to be incredibly important to leveling up the held items. Let's go ahead and take a look at my Pokemon room to kind of give you a little bit of an example of what you might be able to expect there. So let's say Serena, for example. I've been loving what she can do for the crew here. With your held items, you might want to be able to upgrade them. You want to get more benefit out of Muscle Band, for example. Or, for example, Snorlax. I've been loving rocking a held item, which allows me to be temporarily invincible. Basically, I can't be tampered with when I'm trying to score a goal, as we see here with the Score Shield. I can upgrade them to get more viability out of them. However, I got to be a level 9 to do so. That's probably why you want to use your Aeos tickets to convert into the item enhancers, which are needed to upgrade held items inside of Pokemon Unite and getting the most out of it. We're not going to talk too much about this particular currency. There's a lot of other very minor currencies. I think this is kind of cool. They have a lot of trial cards that maybe borrow a Pokemon license for a couple days or temporarily max out something so you can see how good it is. But here, as you can see, when you max something out, you can see the before and after difference. You're going from +1 attack to +15 attack. Or let's take a look, for example, at the Score Shield that I was talking about. You're going from +15 HP to 450 HP. That's the second most important component of Pokemon Unite, and that's why you want to use your Aeos tickets if you feel need to use them. Translate them into these item enhancers so you can really get more out of these particular items, and you're going to see a lot bigger bang for your gameplay here. There's a couple of things you might want to do with those held items. If you don't want to get item enhancers, and let's say you have a need to get a new item that's come to Pokemon Unite, the only other thing I can think of is maybe using those Aeos tickets to buy some held items, which, as we said, you can also use Aeos coins to begin with. So they're probably the two most important things to use. Of course, you can also buy cosmetics, which again, I don't think it's for premium, very scarce resources. I don't know if cosmetics are gonna be the best way to go, especially when there's a lot of other ways to get some fun random cosmetics for free without dipping into your resources that you have here. All right, so those are our three primary, the most important forms of currency I called out. We talked about Aeos coins, Aeos gems, and Aeos tickets. Let's go ahead and move on over to the secondary tiers. And as I said, I think there's two that can be considered inside of Pokemon Unite. And we're not going to talk about any fashion stuff right now. We already talked about it briefly, so we're not going to talk about it too much more. We're just going to emphasize, I do consider this to be an important currency, and that is the item enhancers that we talked about up here. Now, you can get item enhancers, for example, through the Battle Pass or with the Aeos tickets, as we described a moment ago. But you cannot progress in Pokemon Unite without using this, so use these efficiently, and we might make some guides on ranking all the held items inside of this game. But I think it's important to know, although it's not like a premium currency like gems or tickets or whatnot, it's important for upgrading items inside of the game. And as you saw, it's a pretty big difference when you actually look at what those items do for you. The other source of currency, which I consider to be important currency, is going to be your Aeos energy. Every time you're completing a battle, you're going to get some Aeos energy, which are capped. As you can see, there's a weekly energy cap that always resets every single week. This is kind of a little bit of everything. When you're getting this Aeos energy, you can go ahead and redeem it. You know, let's go ahead and open up one right here. I actually was saving one for this video. Let's go ahead and open this up real quick. We're going to open this up. Whaler fell on the wall. What's the prize for them all? And it's cosmetic stuff. But the point being is, yes, we're getting some cosmetics, which okay, whatever. you could also get a lot of the other varieties of currencies that we talked about, like Aeos coins, Aeos tickets, and item enhancers. And of course, if you do the math, we're going to talk about these last two here in a moment. But Aeos energy is important. You don't unlock that until, I believe, level 7 as a trainer, or level 6. Can't remember the exact level. Once you get to level 6 or 7 as a trainer, you unlock the energy rewards, which you gather as you complete a variety of battles inside of Pokemon Unite. So I figured it's worth bringing up. Talks about the premium currencies, the important currencies, and it also shows those last two items on the list. Let's pull it up on the board here. In my opinion, some people like to play for cosmetics. More and more power to you. For me, I'm more of a performance type of player. But the last cosmetic things, or the last currencies that we got to talk about, are the fashion tickets as well as hollowware tickets. Pretty straightforward. The fashion tickets are, as they kind of say, they're for player fashion. So upgrading, they're not upgrading, changing the look of your trainers out there. Like we showed a moment ago with my little profile that we have. You could redress your character, make them look a little bit differently. Who knows? Maybe you can have a tutu on your head or something like that. Whatever gets your jollies going, whatever you like. For me, I see no reason to spend money on cosmetic items. Let's actually quickly go back over to the store real quick just to show where you can redeem them when you go to the store. You're going to go ahead and hop over to the Aeos Emporium. I don't know about you guys, but I think they should really create like maybe a fourth store that shows the more important like held item type of things. I think it's kind of weird putting them inside of the the fashion store, which again, you could buy fashion stuff with Aeos tickets. I would not do it. Look how expensive that stuff is. Unless you're trying to flex really hard, you can use premium currencies at well, or you can go here and use your fashion ticket exchange, and you can go ahead and buy a variety of different items to upgrade your character. Again, not upgrade, change your characters. Like, I gotta be careful with what I say, because buying these things do not make your trainer any better than anyone else out there. It comes down to you at the end of the day if you want to be the very best that like no one's ever was. And last, let's talk about those hollowware tickets, which you can redeem over in the Zerko training. And it's pretty much just like the fashion items for the trainer, but it's skins for Pokemon, which again, you can buy at the variety of premium currencies. For me, I don't, unless there's something, I don't know, I'm not sure what would entice me to spend this amount of premium gems on Pokemon skins. But hey, if you like that, go for it. But if you want to use those tickets right here, as you can see, you can go ahead and use them to pick up a particular skin you might like for a Pokemon. I think this is actually, okay, this one's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually kind of funny. But like here, I don't need my Machamp wearing swim trunks, or my Snorlax wearing a tube here. So that's why I consider them to be third tier currencies. It's important to know what they are, because I wasn't quite understanding it at first. So hopefully this video is able to demystify some of the most important currencies, the primary, secondary, as well as the third rung of currency in the game. Do keep in mind though, there's other little things, as I pointed out earlier before we wrap up this video. Yeah, I don't know if that deserves a full entire breakdown, but you know, for example, we talked with the trial cards, where you can borrow a maxed out item for 7 days, which is a good chunk of time. You can really see how great it is. I'm assuming it's a marketing tactic to get you hooked onto it. It's like a test drive, and you like it, you might want to buy it afterwards. And you got things, for example, like a 3-day Charizard limited license, or I'm excited to try out Gengar, because I love Gengar. It's just a Pokemon in general. You can borrow a character for a couple days. So those are, maybe you can call them fourth tier currencies. There are just more trial type of currencies, but I think we broke down the most important currencies you need to know about in Pokemon Unite. So hopefully that was helpful in terms of understanding it in general, what these currencies are looking like, and more importantly, how do you end up spending this up, and what's the best way to do it. I don't know if you're gonna find any people that disagree with how I would spend it, but you know what? I'm the Grand Admiral, Director of Video Gaming Division here at the Galactic Empire. I'm on a whole other gaming level. So leave a like, comment down below. If you've enjoyed this video, let me know what other Pokemon Unite topics you would like to look into. I'm gonna be testing out a lot of other Pokemon characters, which I have not yet tried out, to get used to the game a bit more and understanding the meta. But until then, I'll see you guys later, and always remember, it's great to be in the Empire today.